How are we doing today, guys? First of all, I want to apologize. I've not posted in a while. Um, it's been a crazy few weeks. I've been working nonstop. So I do apologize. There is a lot of content that I did not actually post, and so I apologize again. That being said, I was able to do the content. I just didn't have time to make videos for it. So we're going to go over all that content right now, and all the fun stuff. I do believe last time, okay, I'm not sure where I left off. See if they still have it available. No, they're gone. I don't think I posted about Summer Festival Week 3 or Week 4. It was just like the first week where you had Sephiroth and Kuja. This one was World of Darkness and Garland with Eco. I don't remember who all the boosted characters were. And there was also an event for Kane. He became one of our members. He's from Final Fantasy IV. In the storyline, it's showing that he's still evil. He's working for Garland, so he's supposed to be getting information from us and reporting back to Garland. However, I do not believe that is the case. Kane has always been loyal to Cecil and Cecil only. Now, I don't know if any of my followers have ever actually played Final Fantasy IV. In Final Fantasy IV, Cecil starts off as a Dark Knight. He is evil and works for the evil King Garland. He goes on these tyrant raids, destroying towns, murdering people, men, elderly, women, children, it doesn't matter, all in the name of the king. That way the king can get more power, more money, so on and so forth. Eventually, Cecil does find the light within, and in Final Fantasy IV, he does become a paladin instead of a Dark Knight. And if you've ever played Final Fantasy before, Dark Knight and Paladin are virtually opposites of each other. Paladin is light-based tank. Their entire job is to be up front and sacrifice for the better of the team. Of course, they usually have like minor healing spells along with a bunch of defense abilities and so on and so forth. Where Dark Knight is an evil, murderous, rampaging. I want to say demonic, but he's not actually demonic. But he is evil, and he will sacrifice his team if it means that he can complete his goal and gaining power just for himself. They legit are yin and yang of each other. Virtual complete opposites in every single form of manner. All the way from the way they play to what their roles are supposed to be, what they stand for, the elements they use. Everything is complete opposite. So what is happening with Kane, which I am led to believe because I've played Final Fantasy IV, is that Kane has seen Cecil, and right now Cecil is a Dark Knight in the game. Now, Kane is wanting Cecil to become a paladin again. Now, I would assume with them adding that in there, they'll eventually release Cecil Paladin version. which will play completely different from Cecil Dark Knight version, as I just explained to you why. And that's Kane's main goals, because he's seen the change in Cecil. He's seen that Cecil change for the better of mankind, to become a hero, to become this righteous symbol of peace for the people, instead of just this murderous, selfish, rampaging killer that was only out for himself and for his king. Now, Kane, he's on the fence, as far as whether he's actually good or evil. He does help Cecil in Final Fantasy IV become a paladin, to realize the good side. However, he never actually leaves Garland's side. He still always works for him till the end. Kane is actually, I do believe, one of the main bosses at the very end of the game. It's been many years since I played Final Fantasy IV, so my memory is a little bit hazy on that part. But I do know you have to fight Kane multiple times throughout the entire game. Now, whether it's Kane ulterior motive to help Cecil become better, or if he's actually trying to follow Garland's orders and actually kill Cecil, that's for you to decide. I prefer to think of Kane as a good guy who just kind of happens to have a little... Sorry about that. I find Kane to be a good guy with a little bit of dark essence to him. He plays the evil role really, really well. However, I think his main objective is to make Cecil the best man that he can be. Alright, moving on to the new one, which is Kuja. I had not realized this. Apparently, Square Enix, at least the department that runs Dissida, held a poll of votes for which character to be released next. And I don't know. Let me see if I can pull up which characters it was. I do not see the post for the polls. But it was a poll between 3 people. And I want to say, well, obviously one was Kuja. I think the other was Riku from Final Fantasy X-2. And I don't remember the third at all whatsoever. And I'm not 100% sure on the Riku one. Anyways, the poll suggested that we get Kuja. Now, Kuja is by far probably one of the most OP mages in the game. Not only does his abilities, his passive ability grants him increased max brave regen, and then also gives alternate abilities once you reach max stacks of his passive. The passive is called Soul Cleave. Now, if you use a Brave attack or HP attack, your Soul Cleave goes up by 1 level. By default, without the weapons enhancements and whatnot, if you use Ring Holy or Ultima, give me 1 second. Then his passive went up by 2. Now his max stats were 4. When it got to max stats of 4, Ring Holy and Ultima became plus versions. Now Ring Holy, the plus version, all it did was more brave damage. That's all it did. I think it went from like 1.3k damage roughly to about like 3.5k damage each hit. Now Ring Holy is a 3 hit, and it bounces out between 3 enemies, or however many there is 3 hits. You would have to go into Kuja's thing to read how it fully breaks down. That's a lot of information right there. And Ultima is a 9-hit Brave combo followed by an HP attack, which is AoE. So it hits everything on the board. And if you have the Plus version, it unleashes another 9-hit Brave attack combo followed by another HP hit attack, which is also still AoE and hits everything on the board. Kind of similar to Vaughn with his red spiral or white roll, how if you use it after 3 times, it will do the normal red spiral, and then I don't remember what red spiral turns into, but white whirl, after using it 3 times, you use it again, it becomes luminescence and does the brave hit and attack damage. It's just like that, but it's group based instead of single player based. So as far as all that goes, I would actually say Vaughn is no longer useful in terms because of Kuja. Kuja is just a souped up AoE maniac of Vaughn with a lot more potential, a lot more uses and abilities, a lot more damage, a lot more stats. So I do not see Vaughn being useful anymore as long as you have Kuja leveled up and geared up. That's my personal opinion. You play how you want to. I don't judge people on how they play. Lost Chapters was also released as well, which I've been working on them. The 3 new Lost Chapters was for Prish, Ferris, and Ramza. Now, Prish takes me back. Prish event was actually the very first event that I recorded starting out my YouTube career. Now, I've already done the easy mode for all of them. The hard mode, as you can see, I've completed all of Prish's except for the level 91. I almost had it beat the other day. He had maybe like 5k, 6k HP left, and then he just went berserk and I couldn't keep up. I didn't have any more abilities left. He ended up killing me. It was not a pretty sight. So, definitely gonna try something different there. I tried using the group that you see now, Shinato, Prish, and Eco. I would say healer is definitely necessary, especially with the Sandstorm attack that he does. It's a group brave attack, and then it does a group AoE HP attack. So having a healer along is definitely necessary. Maybe not Eco, maybe you have someone else you want to use. Aerith would be halfway decent if you got her leveled up. I'm trying to think of other healers. Penelo would not be half bad if you have her 35 CP weapon all the way up, which I think gives Region Waltz Brave Region as well. Rim actually still sucks. She's probably the worst healer here, so I would not suggest using her. Yeah, I would definitely either go with Eco or Aerith on this one. Honestly, Aerith might be better, just because she has the Brave Attack Plus, where at least I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, because I don't have it for Aerith. My Aerith is sucky, as you can see. I think with her 35 CP weapon, her Prayer of Cetra, augments her Brave Attack to Brave Attack Plus, which if she does damage, the Brave damage that she does becomes for the entire party, which is actually really great. And then Healing Wind not only heals, but also gives Brave as well. And Healing Wind is like an actual cure versus a regen. Regen is healing over time, where Healing Wind is just like, oh no, here's 5k HP, have fun. So I definitely think Aerith would be better than Eco for this one. Just because you don't have to use her abilities so much, where Eco, she's only good because she has the abilities. If that makes sense. But anyways, that's how far I've gotten on that one. Moving on to the Ferris event, which this one's actually causing me a lot of trouble. For some reason, I'm having a hard time actually getting the score for this one. I did clear this one, however, I did not complete it. I was 1.2k off away from score, and every time I tried it going back in, they just demolished me now. So I've not tried the other three yet, just because I've been having a hard time with level 60. That if I'm having a hard time with level 60, I'm obviously going to have a hard time with level 70, level 80, and level 90. And my Ferris isn't half bad leveled up. I've got her 35 CP weapon, not maxed. I've got her 5-star armor piece. However, again, not maxed. So, I mean, there's definitely a lot of things I could do to help be able to do better in this. It's just, as a free-to-play player, it gets a little bit hard trying to come up with all the gems and materials to be able to farm and get weapons completely 6-star maxed out. And last but not least, the Rams event. Now, I skipped doing the low tier, the tier 1 battles and tier 2 battles, and I was focusing on trying to get as many of the bosses done as possible, just because there is a time limit to getting an additional armor token right now. You always have the player quest, which gives you 1 armor token for completing the boss raids and Lost Chapters. But when they release Lost Chapters, there is a timed event mission where if you basically just do the same thing, but within a given time, you get an additional armor token. I'll show you what I mean real quick. Alright, we'll take a Girl from Orbit, Part 11, in hard mode. Complete all 5 things, and you get 1 armor token. Cool. Now, we'll go down to Detestable Child, Part 9. Same exact thing, complete it, complete all 5 quests, you get an armor token. Now, if you go over to events, here is the Detestable Child Part 9. However, it says I only got 7 days left. So, if I don't complete it within that 7 days of getting to get that, I lose out on that armor token. Which just means I'm further behind. And that sucks. That's it for the Lost Chapters. Hopefully you guys are having a lot better luck than I am. I'm still in the same exact spots for Castle in the Sky, Thieves of the Sky, and Girl from Orba than I was before. However, a lot of things have changed for me. I've been leveling up some of the gear and stuff. I finally got Vanille completely 6-starred out. I don't have her 35 CP weapon though, but she is fully 6-starred out, which gives her, more CP for more abilities, and plus the actual ability for 6-starring an item Yuna got a buff, so hopefully I can now complete that. If not, then I'll try increasing. The hard thing for me right now is the fact I don't have either of their 35 CP weapons. I've still got I think it's called the Magician Staff and the Astral Wand. Or I think it's Astral Rod. For Yuna. I do know, honestly, Yuna came out with a new weapon with the Kuja event. She's actually one of the highlighted characters. The Lullaby Rod, which I run really bad. It's actually quite amazing. Let's go down and find it. Lullaby Rod. Alright, augments the cheer ability that she has. Grants brave to party based on caster's attack, and then 1.5 times individual brave. Grants Spirit Blessing and attack up 1 to party for 5 turns. Increase the effect of Faith Refuge. Now, Faith Refuge is something they actually added to Yuna. It was not something before there. You do not need anything different to get Faith Refuge. They just added it along with cheer. It was in the character adjustments. They did a lot of character adjustments lately, which I'll go over here shortly. Moving on, changes HP attack to HP attack plus while Faith Refuge is active. The HP attack grants brave to self based on own attack, followed by an HP attack with a high turn rate. Alright, Zidane. His free energy ability acts just like this HP attack plus, or if you have Prish, if you have her 35 CP weapon, if you use one yawn punch or spinning kick, it transforms HP attack and brave attack. The HP attack there is the same HP attack here. It grants a bonus brave to him and then unleashes it. It's not like Saz when he got that 35 CP weapon where it hits and then does damage. Faith Refuge raises defense and initial brave. Spirit's Blessing restores brave and it raises max brave. So with that, not only are you granting brave to everybody, but you're giving them a brave region buff, and attack up 1 buff. So the Lullaby is probably one of the best 35 CP weapons I've actually seen lately for a support character. Here is Kuja's event, or not event, a weapon. The 35 CP weapon is, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. We'll just call it S-Core. Gives Ultima 1 additional use. Now it says Ultima 9. That's because Kuja is from 9. There is, I don't know if they're going to add it, but I know there's an ability in Final Fantasy VII called Ultima, and there's an ability in Final Fantasy VIII called Ultima. I don't recall any other Final Fantasies that have that ability, but 9 just stipulates that it's the Final Fantasy 9 version, not that it's Ultima level 9 or whatever. But anyways, grants an additional use to your Ultima, increase brave damage, grants max brave up 1 and magic attack up 1 to self for 5 turns, grants 3 levels of soul cleave instead of 2. Ultima plus increased brave damage, grants max up brave and magic attack up 1 for self for 5 turns, increased turn rate. Soul cleave restores brave and raises max brave. And again, that stacks to 4 times. The Brilliant Cores augments his Ring Holy, increased brave damage, grants 3 levels of Soul Cleave instead of 2. Ring Holy plus increased brave damage, and Soul Cleave still does the same. Yeah, the Astral Rod is what I have for Yuna. Alright, we'll go ahead and do these draws real quick, because I do want... I want the Lullaby Rod, and also I need a weapon for Kuja, because Kuja, these cores are not classified as anything else. He does not use rods, he does not use a staff, he only uses cores, and since he is the only one who uses cores, you were not able to get him before the event. So I don't have a weapon he can borrow. I don't have anything he can use except for his starting level 1 default weapon. So I'm hoping I can get lucky and pull one for him. To be quite honest though, I want Yuna's Lullaby Rod. That's what I'm really after. Alright, one more. Am I going to get something good? Nope. Alright, well that was a bust. Oh, there's the story draw for the lost chapters that came out for the 3 characters. None of these weapons are new. So if you've already got them maxed out, you don't need to do this. Which, honestly, I think this is the first draw that they've had that actually did not release a new weapon, even though it was a story or campaign draw. Now, I know weekly draws, they release the same weapons over and over again, but they give you a discount for the first use of half price. But I think this is the first official story draw where there is no new weapon, period. I know with the first Lost Chapters, Squall got his 35 CP weapon, which is OP as fuck. With the second one, I think Balthier got his 35 CP weapon. I'm trying to remember who's all in the second one. No, I think it was Eco. I think Eco got her 35 CP weapon. Anyways, moving on. The weekly draw is for Edgar's, Yastala's, and Yang's weapons. Sorry, I had a moment right there. I just completely lost track of thought. What I found weird is that they put a new character that just came out into a weekly draw already. Like, we just had a draw that had him in it, and he's already back on the board. Like, there's a bunch of other characters that they've not used yet that they could probably cycle through before they started on new characters. I don't know. I don't question SE's methods. For World of Illusions, right now, Treasure Hunt for Lost Chapters. You can see the 9 characters on the left. You got Prish, King, Ystala, Ferris, Yang, Pinello, Ramza, Zidane, and Waka. You can go get their artifacts to farm. See, and that's what I found the weekly draw. Alright, well, the story draw focuses on 3 main characters that was released, which is Prish, Ferris, and Ramza. And then the weekly draw had Ystala and Yang in it. But then it had Edgar in there, but on the tier 3, it should have had Zidane or Waka. Now, Zidane just had one, so I could see them skipping him. It should have been Waka's turn. Oh, that's just my theory on it. Oh, for the first time ever. Fill load. Where is it? Okay. There is actually a costume you can buy and change the look of your character. This is the first one that's ever been released. It's for Yuna. It's her Final Fantasy X-2 gunner outfit. I think that's what it is. I don't remember much of X-2. I didn't really care for it. The only thing I really liked about X-2 was the goth looking chick. She looked pretty cool. I can't remember her name though. But you can get 9,000 gems plus the costume for $37. Way too much for me. Let's see. Did not mean to click on that. Oh, they're no longer going to be doing the point value base cumulative score where you get so many items for breaking thresholds of points. Now they're just doing tokens where the more boosted characters that you use in the fight, the more tokens that you get. And then you can redeem the tokens for certain items. And they're also doing a challenging EX quest, which that is the only quest now that requires a score. But it's not a cumulative score. You gotta do it in one go. And I'll explain to you that in a moment. Alright, now we've already went over all of his abilities and whatnot. There's his armor piece. Snake bracelet, the egoist's armlet. Alright, clearing these events yields various rewards in addition to silver tokens and gold tokens. Which, if you did the Summer Festival event, you know exactly what they are. It's just these are used only for Kuja event, which can be redeemed in the token exchange for the following items. I'm not going to go over all of these, but gems, draw ticket, Dissida points, SP potion, armor token, higher power orbs, and higher guard orbs, plus the artifacts for each of the characters and shards for each of the characters. The token exchange will be available for 3 days after the event ends. That way you can just continuously grind and then go spend all your points. I have everything that I want already. I think I just focused on buying the things that there was only a limited number of. Like I didn't spend any money on shards or crystals, clusters, or artifacts just because you can go get those elsewhere. Plus you get artifacts from doing the quest itself, so why do you need to spend tokens to get more artifacts? Anyways, once you complete stage 5, they unlocks the EX event. Now this is a solo quest, you can't get help from friends, except for your buddy that you take along. Here is all the rewards that you get for completing the God Stage EX event. You get a total of 11 draw tickets, 50 higher power orbs, and 500 gems. Now, you only need a score of 1900, but the quest is level 80. But if you have a rocking Kuja, it should be no problem. An easily maxed out Kuja and Yuna would be able to decimate no matter really what your third person is, as long as they're somewhat decently geared. Obviously, don't go in there with a level 1-1 because, you will die. As far as the boss, is Motherweed. It's basically a rose version of a Marlboro. Has a lot of weaknesses, only one resistance, so that is good. However, she is a summoner, so you gotta take care of her little babies as well. I'll get the stickers here in a minute. Oh, close. Alright, moving on to character adjustments. We'll start with Yuna. The command ability Cheer grants target Brave based on character's type before granting an additional Brave times 1.5. Cheer now grants 5 turns Faith Refuge to self. Faith Refuge raises defense and initial Brave. Setzer command ability red card base use count now increased from 3 to 5. Red card now grants 2 turns max Brave up 1 to self. The passive ability All In further raises initial Brave, max Brave, attack, and defense. And that's it for the character adjustments. Something that really doesn't pertain to this game so much. The only thing is the stickers, and like I said, I'll get to that in a minute. Riona joined Dissida Final Fantasy NT for the PS4. The game did go through a lot of changes. We'll get there though. Alright, here's all the stickers. They came out with 3 Kuja stickers. I haven't bought a single one of the Kuja stickers yet. I've got 1 left of Riona's, and they also came out with 3 of Yustalas as well. So far I've only been able to buy 2. I will eventually get them all, eventually. But they released 9 stickers back to back to back. And they each cost 500, so that's 4,500 Dissida points worth of trying to get. And Dissida points, although you can't technically farm them, they do come by pretty easily. It's just more about time rather than effort. So, I will get there. I will get those all purchased eventually. They changed the enhancement system as well. We'll start with Crystal Strength. Alright, before you had to click on each one and hit learn it, okay, click it, learn it, okay, and just do that 50 times. Now, as long as you got all the crystal shards and clusters you need, you can scroll all the way down, like it adds it all up to each one, and you can scroll down to wherever it ends, just click that one, and it will learn every single passive before it as well. Like, when I first got Kuja unlocked, I had enough shards, crystals, and clusters where I just hit Strength 44, which is attack plus 17, and hit Learn, and it gave me 1 through 43 as well as 44. As you can see, I'm almost there on getting him his 49 and 50th level. Just taking a few shards. Currently, my Pokemon Go has stopped, even though I'm not playing it. I haven't been playing it. For weapon enhancements, see if I can find one. Alright, I don't see one that I need to level, but that's okay. So, you select your weapon like normal, you confirm. Now, they separated the weapons and the orbs, so your orbs are no longer just at the bottom. But what I found really interesting and very useful instead of being a time waster is now you can select up to 30 different items. Like there's 10 right there. Normally you have to hit confirm, then go select another 10. No, with that, and orbs now count as one piece. So I could select this, hit as many as I want to. There's 8. So it's like, it's 18 items, but they don't consider that 11 because that's one type of orb. Now if I get rid of that, I could add these in there. And see, there's 15 items, but again, still only counts as 11. So there's 20 items, but it still only counts as 1. So on and so forth. I'm not actually going to level that, I just wanted to show you. And they also separated artifacts now. They're no longer in your armor tab. Some other good news, at least for me. I got my Shinato's Sorcerer Coat completely 6-starred out. There's my vanilla one that I told you about. And I got my Edgar and my Canes completely done as well. So I've been getting a few armor tokens lately and been increasing them hardcore. As far as weapons go, I got Saz. I got his 15 CP weapon all the way up. I got Lyle's up. I got Edgar's up. And I do believe that's it for now. Anyways, that is the huge change that they did with the enhancements. They didn't change summoning enhancements at all. It's still the same. Just because to mass evolve those. I mean, there's only 20 levels, first of all. You don't need to mass evolve it. And just farming the materials for it can get a little tedious. I've seen many people nowadays with Chocobo and or Sylph both level 20. I'm not there yet, but I will eventually get there myself. I do believe I covered everything with this one. If I have forgotten something, please leave the comments down section below. And make sure you like and subscribe to the video. If there's everything you want to see done, or you just want to chat, or whatever, ask me for advice. That's cool. Let me know down in the comments, please. But I do believe that is going to be it for today. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I will eventually do some... when I do complete my level 90 quests, I will upload those when I do beat them and share how I did it. So on and so forth. Last thing I want to talk about is that I hit 10 subscribers today. Woo, 10. Yay. Thank you all 10 people. I will be doing a giveaway when I hit 100 subscribers. I don't know what yet. Still 90 subscribers to go, so I've got a lot of time to think about it. So help me get the subscribers. Let me know what you want as a giveaway. If you want to buy gems on the game, if you want something that's actually in real life, or what, give me ideas and I'll see what's posted. But when I do hit 100, I will be doing a giveaway of some sorts. So if you're wanting some gems for your characters, I seen on Facebook the other day, and iPhone case that had the Leon Heart symbol in the back. And said maybe I'm a lion. I seen a Vivi shirt that says mages don't kill people, spells do, as a playoff with all the gun crap going on in the Second Amendment, taking people's guns away, whatever. Anyways, and I seen a Final Fantasy watch. It had FF on the back, like on the part that goes on your wrist, and it had a chocobo on as the face of the clock. So I thought that was pretty cool. So let me know what you guys want for a giveaway. I'll decide what to do, but like I said, I need 90 more subscribers. So get out there, start telling your friends to subscribe, come play. But that's gonna be the end of this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Go get your friends to subscribe. That way I can do this giveaway. And yeah, I will see you next time on Final Fantasy. Hopefully I can get some of these lost chapters done. That way I can get the additional armor token. Anyways, you guys have a great night. I'm going to bed. And I will see you next time on Final Fantasy.